Hebrews chapter 2 verse number 2. Hebrews chapter 2 verse number 2. For if the word spoken by angels was steadfast. Did you underline that? Word spoken by angels was steadfast. And every transgression and every disobedience received a just recompense of reward. Next verse. How shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation, which at the first began to be spoken by the Lord, and was confirmed unto us by them that heard him? So it seems to be two different things here. The first we have is that the word spoken by angels brought recompense, and it brought reward for all the actions. Then it says, how shall we escape that which was spoken by angels if we neglect so great salvation? So great salvation came by the Lord. The other one came by angels. That already gives us a distinction in clarity. Come to the book of Hebrews chapter 8 verse 6. Hebrews chapter 8 verse number 6. But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises. Next verse. For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. Next verse. For finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Next verse. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. So it seems to be that there is an old covenant from what we saw yesterday, and the old covenant, the writer of Hebrew called it the first, and it is the arrival of the new that retired the first to old. Now stay with me. Luke chapter 1 verse 70. Let's see Zechariah's prophecy. Luke chapter 1 verse 70. And he shall go before him in the spirit. Luke chapter 1 verse 70. Luke chapter 1 verse 70. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets. If your Bible is mine, I will underline holy prophets, which had been since the world began. If your Bible is mine, I will underline holy prophets, and I will underline since the world began, which have been since the world began. So in Zechariah's prophecy, reference was made to that which was spoken by the angels since the world began. The word holy was translated from the Greek word hagios. Hagios implies sacred, separate, special, or apart. While the word prophet was translated from the Greek word prophetess, and the Hebrew word is nabi, which implies one who speaks forth. The first time the word prophet was used in the books of the Bible was in Genesis chapter 20 verse 7. The first time that word appeared. Genesis chapter 20 verse number 7. Put it up for me. Now therefore restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet. That's the first time you will see that word in the Bible. And he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou restore her not, know thou that thou shalt surely die, thou and all that are dying. So Abraham was referred to as a prophet. Notice the phrase since the world began, used in reference to Genesis. Since the world began, that is that which was from Genesis, since the world began. Look at Luke chapter 1 verse 72. Pay attention. Luke chapter 1 verse number 72. To perform the mercy promised to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant. Underline the word, his holy covenant. And then observe the word promise, as well as the word fathers. Promise, fathers, in that Luke 1:72, which oftentimes was used in reference to Genesis under the Old Testament books of the Bible. Let's examine that word again a bit more carefully. Romans chapter 4 verse number 16. Romans chapter 4 verse number 16. Therefore, It is of faith that it might be by grace, to the end the promise might be sure to all the seed, not to that only which is of the law, not to that only which is of the law, but to that also which is of the faith of Abraham, who is the father of us all. Now pay attention. He now says the word promise was translated from the Greek word epagelia. E-P-A-G-G-E-L-I-A. Epagelia is a word that is derived from two Greek words. Epa, E-P-A, which means before. Agelo, A-G-G-E-L-L-O, which implies announce. So epagelia is a self-commitment, an unconditional commitment to perform a task. A self-commitment, an unconditional commitment to perform a task. It is something announced. It is on the basis of this that the Old Testament prophecies were called promises. On the basis of the fact that the prophecies of the Old Testament was a self-commitment of God, an unconditional commitment to perform a task. Based on that, the Old Testament prophecies were called promises.